Okay, the world is not sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. It will beat you harder than you could ever imagine. No matter what happens, it seems as all hope is there. Then it can still go in an instant. One wrong move and it's all over. The margin of error is so small, it's ridiculous. But life isn't valued on our mistakes. It's not valued on our accomplishments. It's not even valued off our success, but it's valued on how we can take moments and how we react to them. It's measured on how we can sit there and think about things that happen to us and how we can react and become stronger from it. It's never an easy thing to do. It's not easy for anybody. It's not easy for me, not easy for people that have money, not easy for anyone. There's different things that come in our way. Like one thing is just my old stepdad. I don't know if I can really call him my stepdad, but it doesn't really matter. It's this guy that my mom was with when I was about, I think I turned 3 or 4 when he first met her. He did some things, I'm not really going to get into that story, but basically, he would abuse me. He'd abuse me, and just every day, like, I'd come home, I'd get hit, like, all these different things, and it's just stuff that I could never imagine. I couldn't imagine, like, even thinking about it now, of how, just thinking of if there was a little kid that was happening to, like, it's just insane. But it's moments like that you're at your lowest, turning 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, and first like getting that kind of mental state where like I know it's happening, I know what's going on now. I'm not just some little kid that's just accepting it, maybe thinking that's how life is, because it's not. But it's something that after it was done with, I learned from it. I learned a lot from it. Like, even to this day, if I saw him, I wouldn't hate him. He taught me a lot of things in life, and it's stuff that, like, I can't even take back. Like, sure, I would never want it to happen again or happen to anyone else, but since it did happen, I kind of just have to accept it. There's always going to be things like that happen, and you just have to accept those moments, because without accepting those moments, it's just, you dwell on it, and when you dwell on it, it makes you worse, but you have to get better from it. Last March, my father, only 45 years old, died of a heart attack. We're not exactly sure if it's a heart attack, but he died in his sleep in a matter of 20 minutes from him being awake and looking back at him, and he died. It's crazy to think about it. Like, something like that, 45 years old, you don't think someone's gonna die of a heart attack? It's not easy. That put me to my lowest point I've ever seen. That that made me just hate everyone, think that life isn't worth it, think there's nothing good that'll happen. And as soon as you see that one thing that goes bad, everything seems to go bad. Like, from that, I almost got into an accident. I got a ticket. I got my stepmom's car towed away. Like, anything that you could think bad could happen, happened. And it's just one of those times that, like, I was just so beat down. Like, I didn't want to be here anymore. It's like thoughts of suicide. I was going 130 miles an hour down the freeway, and just thinking of, what if I just turn this wheel right now and I could just end it? And it's just insane thinking about it now. Like, I'm really glad I didn't do it. I know everyone, even if they try and deny it, they've always had some type of thought of suicide. They've had depression. Everyone's gone through depression. Most people are still going through depression now. And they want to give up, but you can't give up. There's so much to live for. Even if it seems like no one likes you, it seems like nothing's going your way, it seems like everyone's going against you, it's really not that way. It's kind of just how you're taking things. It's more as if you're seeing the bad things in life rather than seeing the good. Like, my good things, like, I feel like my life is good right now. It's really not that great. It could be a lot better. I have my grandparents that anytime they're around, they always just have something like bad to say about it. I have like some grandparents that just they want to make me feel bad about myself. Like I've always been that kind of person that like I've gone out there, I've played sports, I've always succeeded, and I've always had some type of thing that have went my way in some way, and all I have is them that now just tell me I can't, I won't, I can never do it, I won't succeed, I'm not good enough, I'm not respectful, I'm not responsible, and it's just all these things that like you might not think about it at that time, but it has so big of an impact on you. You might not see it now, but you will. And it's just like things like that. And even just mental things like, sure, everyone that knows me, they probably think like, oh yeah, he's such a nice person. Like, he doesn't really seem like anything bad happens for him, but it definitely does. I have probably one of the worst anger managements of anyone you'll ever see, but I don't really try and show it to people. But the reason this happens is because I let people push me. I let people sit there and just talk crap about me, and I'll just take it. I won't do anything about it. And I just try and just like take it all in, try and be happy to everyone, make everyone else happy, but in the same time, I'm not making myself happy. All this stuff just bottles up inside of me, and it just unleashes at one time. It's just, I can't stop it. And that's my flaw, and I know it's my flaw. Everybody has their flaws. That's gonna happen. But instead of sitting there and saying like, oh, I have it, I'll never get better, I'm such a bad person about it, I'm not. I know I have it, but I know I'm better than that. I know that's not me. At times I get it, but that's not me. That's not who I really am. And people that know me know that. Like, everyone has their flaws. And I have mine, you have yours, everyone. So it's not a big deal. I'm not going to take that moment and say, oh, I can't do it now, like, why should I even try that? It's just going to make me mad. It's no, I know it's happening. I'm going to improve from it because I know I can. I know I can get better with it, and I will over time. And everyone kind of has something that they need to strive for. They have a goal, and if they don't, they need to make a goal. My goal is I always want to be perfect. Anything that I do. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's sports, if it's just making a paper, if it's just talking to someone, it's doing anything. I need to be perfect, and that's my problem. Because with that goal, it's a goal I will never achieve. But it is a goal that when I get to the hard times, and when I get to a moment that'll make me mad or to just do me wrong, I can think of that moment. I can think of how I want to be perfect, and that gives me the drive to do better. And then just that little drive in little moments makes so much of a difference. You might not see it now, but it does. And you just gotta take those moments and just move on. You need to get stronger. Life's never gonna be easy, but you need to take it and just be happy from it. Because don't think of all the bad things in life. You need to think of what you're thankful for. Because it's those things that you're thankful for that'll help you. They'll help you get forward. They'll help you throughout your whole entire life. And it's just crazy like, how hard life can really get. It'll beat you down. And some people just want to give up, but you can't. You mean so much to life. There's people out there that having them, like if they just lost you for even a little bit, that would just tear their life apart. You might even make someone else like commit suicide just because you don't want to be here. Like, you might not see it, but it really does have a huge impact on everyone. It's crazy. People just, what's in their mind is their own perception of things. And you gotta also not try and just do it for yourself. You need to rely on other people as well. Even if there aren't people, there will be people. There's going to be someone. Even if they don't want to help, if they honestly see you down, they will help. Some people might think you're just doing it just because it might be just to get attention, and so that's why they see it as a bad thing, but it's really not. You just need to do it and be happy. It's not going to be easy, but it will get better. I promise. Everything will get better. no matter what you do, just don't give up. Always move on. And one day, it'll all be worth it.